just 3 days out from this epic pay-per-view. Of course, the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, Andy Ruiz Jr., taking on three-time challenger and all-action fighter Chris Arreola. All right, guys, I know that I said heavyweight. Weight. I'm emphasizing that term because that has kind of taken over this promotion. We'll begin with you, Andy. 283.5 pounds is what you weighed in at your last fight, nearly tipping the scales at 300 when you stepped into the ring. What do you anticipate weighing on Friday and then further on Saturday night when you touch gloves?
Yep, I was at 310 pounds when I started camp, and we started losing weight slowly but surely, and I should be like at 255, 257, and a lot of people are saying that, is he still going to have that power? Is he still going to hit hard? But of course, man, we've been working really hard for this moment, and, you know, we're ready for whatever comes my way.
Is this the best fight weight you've been at?
It is. It's just the best fight weight that I've been at, and not just the best weight, but I feel good.
Sure. All right. Now, I do have to ask you actually one more question. Will there be pre-fight Snickers? Is that banned now? You can't have the pre-fight Snickers anymore?
I don't know.
All right. We'll figure that out on fight night. All right. I want to head over to Chris. Chris, you're looking slim and trim. I know you said this isn't a bodybuilding competition, but what do you make of the weight loss? I know you've lost some weight as well. Do you think there's any disadvantage to Andy Ruiz losing in that weight?
No, to be honest, we're heavyweights. You know, as long as we weigh over 200 pounds, you know, every punch is going to hurt regardless. Even if he's 240, 230, 220, you know, we're in the heavyweight business, you know, and this is the hurt business. This is very a skillful fighter that is going to come into the ring. So I'm ready for whatever he has to offer.
What do you weigh? What do you anticipate weighing in on Friday?
Mid-230s. You know, but the thing is, you know, I worked so hard that it just been all falling off. You know, I'm not trying to lose weight. I wasn't trying to come in 230 or 235, whatever I come in. The thing is, it's just hard work, and the hard work is going to show on Saturday.
Chris, just before we came onto the stage, you told me that you're ready to fight. Just being able to see him here today, how does that make you feel, being able to see Chris Arreola here today?
Well, it's motivating, you know. I haven't seen him since a long-ass time ago, so now that we got the opportunity to fight each other and, you know, give the fans what they want to see, it's a privilege.
I know that there's mutual respect between the two of you, but leading up to this fight, Chris has said he wants to turn you into a Buster Douglas. What do you say to that?
You know, that everyone has a plan until they get hit. That's what I say. And, you know, I got to do my business. He got to do his. And, you know, at the end of the day, I pray for me to become victorious. I pray for both of us to come out healthy and to be with our loved ones, you know, with health. But better man wins on May 1st.
Do you believe you have the fastest hands at heavyweight?
I do believe, and, you know, I'm not where I want to be at, but I'm way better than I was before, like I tell everybody. And, you know, I have a lot to prove to this day right now.
You know, Chris, you broke a number of records in your last fight against Adam Kovnatsky. I want to stick to the punches thrown, averaged around 100 punches thrown. Andy only in the 20s against Anthony Joshua. Do you feel, though, I spoke to Joe Goosen about this yesterday, Adam Kovnatsky was the kind of opponent that brought out that volume. Do you feel as though you're going to have that kind of output against Andy Ruiz Jr. on Saturday?
To be honest with you, they're both two very different fighters. You know, with someone like Adam, you know, we just bang it out, slugged it out. And with someone like Andy, you know, I have to be very aware at all times. He has fast hands, obviously, by far one of the fastest hands in the heavyweight division. And I have to make sure that I bring my hands back and move my head, because this is going to be a great fight. It has to be a great matchup.
Speaking of bringing the hands back, moving the head, I know you've changed trainers. You're now under Eddie Reynoso, and you're down in San Diego with some great champions in that stable, including Canelo Alvarez. I want to know, what do you feel as though, in terms of your boxing, you have improved most since joining that team?
I think the lack of discipline that I had, that I did not have before, and now that I'm learning, you know, you can't play boxing, you know, you got to work hard, you got to be disciplined, you can't just be ready whenever you have a fight day, you have to stay ready, you know, so that's one of the main things that I work, besides try to perfect every single punch that we try to do, or combination, the head movement as well, but being disciplined is the main key.
How is the game planning different, if at all?
The game
bueno,
plan,
entrando aquí,
it's
nomás
always,
rapidito
to
para
become victorious
recalcar algunos de los puntos importantes. Ahí están cerrando, obviamente, el hablar de la disciplina, lo que ha ganado estando bajo Eddie Reynoso, lo que le han sacado a él mayor provecho en cuanto a su disciplina. Dice, está más enfocado que nunca. Por esa razón, es simplemente mantenerse en forma, que eso es lo que está aprendiendo, es estar en forma todos los días, en todo momento. Ahora, vamos a empezar desde arriba, mi terrible, y Jesse, ahí también, yo sé que estás haciendo los apuntes en cuanto a qué es lo que se está mencionando, pero hablando de que entró en 283 libras, casi 300 libras su última pelea, ahora va a entrar en 250 aproximadamente. Chris Arreola 230, los dos dicen, muchachos, Jesse, que llegan listos de una forma que ninguno de los dos en realidad. Chris dice que él no está tratando de bajar de peso, simplemente por sacarle mayor provecho a su trabajo, porque sabe que tiene tremendo contrincante en Andy Ruiz enfrente y va a ser más boxeador, no como Kanaki, que van a tirar golpes, nada más. Ellos dos saben muy bien quién está enfrente. Jesse, ¿qué más pescaste de todo eso, aparte de las ventajas, desventajas que puede tener Andy Ruiz entrando contra un veterano como Chris?
Bueno, lo vemos muy confiado a Andy y me gusta mucho que respondió rápidamente qué es lo que había aprendido con los Reynoso, y lo primero que dijo fue la disciplina, y un boxeador no puede vivir y no puede trabajar dentro del cuadrilátero sin disciplina, y eso yo creo que va a contar muchísimo para él en este combate, además de otras cosas que indudablemente ha aprendido y que nos va a mostrar a todos nosotros el 1 de mayo.
Y ahora, terrible, cuando hablan, mencionando más que nada lo de Chris Arreola, que no estoy tratando de bajar de peso, simplemente lo que me va a exigir en mi preparación para estar listo para un Andy Ruiz. ¿Qué descifras de esa mentalidad del veterano?
No, que tiene bien definido y que no está intentando hacer nada, simplemente trabaja su ritmo y su cuerpo le permite bajar de peso o ganar peso según el músculo que vaya formando, pero lo que él está intentando hacer es desenvolverse sobre la base, no intentar ir a hacer cambios bruscos.
Ahora, Joe Goosen es el cambio que hace Chris Arreola. Vamos a escuchar a este tremendo entrenador.
I think we got to know, well, because we got to know each other a little bit better. I think Chris understood what, I really wanted. And, he worked his way into my system, even though I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here with him. I'm just trying to make Chris Arreola the best he can possibly be. And that takes cooperation from him. And he's been very cooperative. And I think that's the key to both of these fighters. They're both cooperating with their trainers. And that's a big, big plus for both of them.
As a trainer, I'm sure that means a lot. In terms, Chris, I want to ask you about, just what this means to you. Do you feel as though this fight is perhaps a little more personal than the last?
Not personal, like in the fact that I dislike Andy, but I respect him. I have uttered the most respect that I have for any fighter that I fought, and that's why I trained extra hard for this fight, because I know this is going to be a rock'em sock'em kind of fight. It's going to be one of those battle of attritions, and I worked hard for that. And this fight is one of those fights that I need for my resume.
For your legacy.
For my legacy, exactly.
Andy, you had it all. You lost it all. Where do you stand right now mentally?
Right now, I'm motivated, and I kind of did like a self-death to myself. I killed the old Andy, and I reborn the new Andy. So I have a lot to prove, and I felt like I let all my people down, and, my family as well. So that's why I had to make a big change. I had to make a big change to myself, and to take it serious, because I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I could accomplish. I know what I have inside to become a two-time Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and that's exactly what I need to do. I need to get back on the ladders, get back on top, and being disciplined, working hard, and doing the things that I'm supposed to do is going to take me that far.
What is key against a guy like Chris Arreola?
No, Chris Arreola, he's a strong man. He comes forward, he takes punches, and he gives punches as well. So I think the speed, the combination, and the things that we've been working on at the gym, I think that's gonna outthrow him a little bit.
You know, I have to bring your son into this for a second
Ahora,
because we've seen
rapidito,
him
nomás
on
para
social
recalcar
media
esos
as
puntos
well.
tan importantes. En el caso
threw
de
you
Joe
under the
Guzes,
bus
muchachos,
backstage.
y
I just
terrible,
want you to know
se
that.
hace el
He
cambio.
told me
O sea, por muchos años estuvo con Henry Ramírez. No es fácil hacer un cambio y reinventarte, pero hasta cierto punto menciona Gusen que algo que le llamó mucho la atención en cuanto al profesional que es Chris, que se ha adaptado a todo lo que le ha estado enseñando.
Pues
es satisfactorio, pero veremos qué tanto le puede beneficiar o afectar. Porque Joe Gusen es un entrenador muy complicado, es un entrenador que te exige bastante, constantemente, te tiene trabajando muy fuerte, muy duro. Es un entrenador que le gusta matarte en el gimnasio para que no te mueras arriba del ring. Entonces, vamos a ver si esos cambios a esta edad le benefician o le empeoran.
Ahora, Jesse, otro punto importante que hizo Andy es que le debe, tiene una deuda con la gente que creyó en él, que los dejó abajo por esa actuación que dio en Arabia Saudita y que eso es parte de la motivación, pero más que nada, y sigue repitiendo la palabra disciplina.
Sí, y él sabe bien que sí defraudó mucho a gran parte del público en esa segunda pelea y por eso pues se reencontró. Como dicen, no es como un boxeador cae a la lona, sino cómo se para después. Y eso es precisamente lo que él quiere comprobar. Y Andy sabemos que es un hombre que tiene mucho corazón, un corazón de un verdadero guerrero.
Defensively, when you fight a pressure fighter, obviously the defense is key. What have you done defensively, Chris?
Work nonstop on defense with Joe. You know, that's one thing that we emphasize on this fight. You know, counter punch and make sure that we bring those hands back. You know, I don't want another Bermain Stavern happen to me twice. You know, the first fight he broke my nose. The second time he knocked me out. And you know what, man, I can't have that happen in front of my kids, in front of my fans. You know, all I know, I'm gonna give him more, and I'm gonna give him a great fight.
Joe, what would you like to see from your fighter come Saturday night?
You mean I'm not going to, you know.
I'm sure you'd like to see a lot.
Divulge everything.
Yeah.
Look, what I think what I'd like to see and what you're going to see are going to be about the same thing. Because I think if there's one thing that's really obvious and apparent here, both of these guys stepped it up. They stepped up their game. They're probably both in the best shape they've ever been. They're going to give the fans, if they were exciting fighters before reaching the pinnacle of what they're doing right now in terms of conditioning, imagine what it's going to be Saturday night. I just think it's going to be really a fight for the ages, one that you're not going to forget. They're both
terrible. Joe Gusen hace un tremendo punto ahí, dice que los dos han llegado, y han hecho un trabajo físico que jamás los hemos visto así de preparados para un combate. Y eso que probaron miel antes de esto. Ahora imagínense lo que nos espera el 1 de mayo.
Sin lugar a dudas, lo que te decía ahorita de Joe Gusen, que es un entrenador muy fuerte, muy duro. Y en el caso de los Reynosos, son también complicados. Y no es complicado, es que les gusta exigirte, exigentes, les gusta trabajar, les gusta disciplina, les gusta el trabajo duro, fuerte. Y entonces, en Andy Ruiz, que es más joven, entiendo que el cambio puede ser de beneficio. Pero la edad de Andy Ruiz veo un poco riesgoso porque ya no está en las condiciones físico-atléticas para hacer cambios tan bruscos. Pero al final del día, salud es salud, trabajo es trabajo y veremos quién tiene más fuerza.
Well, Saturday's coming, and I can't wait. Tomorrow's coming. It's just another day in the office, and I put in the hard work. I put in the days in the gym, and on Saturday it's time to showcase. It's time for both of us to go to war. It's time for us to leave all friendship aside, because at the end of the day, you know, I consider him a friend. I consider him a boxing friend. But again, once we step in the ring, friendship's out the door until the last bell rings. Then I'll shake his hand and go home to my family. At the end of the day, I know it's going to be a great fight, and I appreciate this opportunity, Andy, and let's make history.
Bueno, Chris Arreola mencionando que son amigos, han sido amigos, han hecho sparring juntos, pero esa amistad se va por la ventana en el momento que se metan al ring.
Well, I just want to thank God for me being back in this position, you know, after my last defeat against Anthony Joshua. I know I let a lot of people down. I know I got to prove to a lot of people, not just to a lot of people, but to myself. And, you know, all the hard work and dedication that we've been doing in the gym is finally here, you know. Ya se hizo la machaca, so we did all the hard work, we did all the discipline, and, You know, I know Chris Arreola's here. He's ready to try to knock my head out, you know, just like how I'm trying to do to him. And, you know, like he said, we're both friends. We'll hug each other. We'll say what's up. But once we're inside the ring, we got to put the switch on, because at the end of the day, we're two fighters trying to feed our loved ones. We're trying to, you know, provide for our children. And, you know, all the dedication that we've been doing is going to pay off. And, you know, best of luck to Chris Arreola, and, you know, God willing, we will take the victory.